Do you ever get an odd sound in your ears? It's like a ringing sound. Some people believe that if your ears ring, someone is talking about you. Do you believe it? It's just a superstition. But we're going to use this example to review what we learned in our first lesson on conditionals. Now, conditionals are if statements. We had noted, though, that not all conditionals are made with if, but it's the most common way to make our conditionals. These if statements have two parts. There's a condition and a result. You cannot have the result without the condition. Taking our example, if your ears ring, someone is talking about you. Someone is talking about you is the result. The condition, if your ears ring. Now these two parts, or clauses, can change places in the sentence and the meaning doesn't change. So we could also say, someone is talking about you if your ears ring. We also noted that we use a comma when we write only when we put the if clause first in the sentence. Okay. Also, what is very important to understand and remember is verb tenses. In our first lesson, we looked at real conditionals or factual conditionals, and that was when we used present tense in both clauses. If your ears ring, ring, simple present. Someone is talking about you, present progressive. So by present tense, I mean simple present, present progressive, and we also noted that you could use modals. I want to add to that list imperatives. For example, here's another superstition. If your left hand itches, scratch it on wood for good luck. You can believe that one or not. I also want to explain right now that with our factual conditionals in the present, if can be replaced by when. So taking our original superstition, if your ears ring, someone is talking about you. I can replace if with when. When your ears ring, someone is talking about you. Could also say whenever. Whenever your ears ring, someone is talking about you. So substituting if with when or whenever is possible only with these factual conditionals. And by factual, again, I had reviewed in Lesson 1 that we mean general truths, facts, common events, and habits. Right now in Lesson 2, we're going to move on to a new type of conditional. Still factual, but moving to the future. Here's an example. Mirror. Now what happens if I break it? Do you know? 7 years of bad luck. If you break a mirror, you'll have 7 years of bad luck. What did you notice now? In the first clause, the if clause, I said, if you break a mirror. Even though I'm talking about the future, I still use the simple present, if you break a mirror. But now in the result clause, you'll have 7 years bad luck. I'm using a future tense. So in these factual conditionals that refer to the future, we're going to use in the result clause a future tense. And that could be will or going to. So let's review what we've learned so far. On your screen, you're going to see a sentence. Each sentence is a superstition. I'm going to take out the verbs from these sentences, and I want you to read them, putting the verbs back in the correct tense. We'll do the first one together as an example. Okay? So here's sentence 1. Take a moment and read it to yourself, and then I'll tell you the answer. Answer: you'll have 7 years of bad luck if you break a mirror. Okay, so remember, as we make these factual conditionals in the future, we use simple present in the if clause and a future tense, will or going to, in the result clause. So now I want you to try number 2 on your own. Read the sentence, and then you'll hear the answer. If you walk under a ladder, you'll have bad luck. 3. You're going to get angry if your nose itches. 4. You'll have good luck if you find a 4-leaf clover. 5. You won't get married if you sit at the corner of a table. Okay, so in factual conditionals referring to the future, we said that we use the simple present in the if clause, and then in the result clause we use a future tense, will or going to. I want to add to that list now that in the result clause we can also use imperatives. Now these are lucky charms. Here's a crystal, a sign, a lucky penny, and a little statue. Don't be surprised if a lucky charm actually brings you luck. Now, we can also use modals. So in the result clause now we've talked about will, going to, imperatives, and now I'm telling you you can also use a modal. Example, here's a rabbit. Here's the rabbit's foot. Do you know anything about rabbit's feet? You can increase your luck if you carry a rabbit's foot. You can increase your luck if you carry a rabbit's foot.
So let's summarize. We've been dealing with factual conditionals in the future. The result is certain or likely to happen in the future. Keep the condition in the simple present. The result clause can have will, going to, the imperative, or a modal.
So now a good exercise for you is to write 2 or 3 superstitions. Think about what people have told you. Think about common beliefs in your own culture. You don't have to believe them yourself, but you do have to be able to write them as factual conditionals in the future. All right, check back here and we'll have some more lessons on conditionals. Good luck, happy studies.